put it all on God. So when you see me smile, my brother, you for just show me love. Viviendo la vida loca, nobody take my joy. Better make way when you see your garaya, garaya. Easy money, money, money. Garaya, garaya. Too much money, garaya, garaya. Easy money, money, money. Garaya, garaya. Too much money, garaya. Them no believe in my common. I run my city, I boss up. They go me pay, I no want to. You can step to me, show the escort. But do is scatter, ibororo. Make all the girls they go lolo. Isha Olua go sell it to ye. Isha Olua you ta follow. All I do is winning, till you know my loss. She might not hear me call. I feel like what's the rush? Can I waiting they saw? Me not see no evil and I fear no one. I do the sign of the cross. For you the me don't be done. Since I know this thing from God. I'm on a new level, Bobo. I put it all on God. So when you see me smile, my brother, you for just show me love. Viviendo la vida loca, nobody take my joy. Better make way when you see your garaya, garaya. Easy money, money, money. Garaya, garaya. Too much money, garaya, garaya. Easy money, money, money. Garaya, garaya. Too much money, garaya.
So, like, does the radio stop when you get into a car accident? Or are you just sitting there like...
I'm a savage, yeah. Classic, bougie.
Let's go.
What up, man? It's Sierra. That's right.
Yeah, it's your boy Chameleon.
Yo, what up? This is Big Snoop Dogg.
Hi, this is the Pussycat Dolls.
Music, please.
Watermelon sugar high.
I got hands for, I get bands for.
Hey, this is Carrie Hilson, and you're listening to
Bright 98.7.
I am here since 3 days ago.
Like corruption can happen at anywhere.
Hey, corrupt with petrol. I prepare it with none of corruption with petrol. I see them for hotel, I see them for market. And if you see them, you go know.
They say you get where them, then they embalm themselves, but me, I never go to that kind of place before.
Let's discuss the headlines and politics.
Going by the Senate Standing Orders of 2011 as amended, which is the genuine and authentic because it has never. I need protection. Will you shut up?
Get involved. Air your opinions. In this republic, we don't turn off your mic. Join us on Bright Republic, weekdays, 8 a.m.
Get ready.
All right, a very beautiful, beautiful good morning to you. This is still Bright FM, and it's about time to start out a Bright Republic. My name is Ezibo Victory, and I want to welcome you to another edition of Bright Republic on Bright FM 98.7. I'm not in the studio alone. We're going to be introducing... No, Mr. Sele, should we do drum roll for you? Drum roll! Good morning, Mr. Sele. Mr. Sele is in the studio with me. Thank you so much for joining. So we're about to kickstart our day as we dive into the top news stories making the headlines in today's newspapers. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. So please feel free to join in the conversation by calling in or sending us a WhatsApp message in case you want to call us. Our call line is 0808 704 1217. Let's take that call line again, 0808 704 1217, to send us a text on WhatsApp or a voice note. The WhatsApp number is 0901 615 0614, 0901 615 0614. All right, moving forward, we're going to just dive into rolling out all of the headlines that would make way for our conversation this morning. We're beginning from Punch, and it reads, reps may clash over Tinubu's $2.2 billion fresh loan. Tuesday, reps may clash over Tinubu's $2.2 billion fresh loan. Tuesday, that's in Punch newspaper. Now, moving forward, still on Punch, Senate will subject Tinubu's tax bills to public scrutiny. That's Adaramodu on this one. Senate will subject Tinubu's tax bills to public scrutiny. Adaramodu on that one. And on Daily Post, moving on, 13 killed as herdsmen launch fresh attack on Benue community. 13 killed as herdsmen launch fresh attack on Benue community. This one is on Daily Post this morning. Now, still on Daily Post, Dangote Refinery reduces PMS price. This is on Daily Post. Dangote Refinery reduces PMS price. That's on Daily Post newspaper. Now, still on Daily Post, minimum wage, December 1st, deadline stands. NLC on this one. December 1st, deadline stands. That's on Daily Post this morning. Now, moving forward, still on Daily Post, be more sensitive, drop policies unfavorable to Nigerians. Shettima to Tinubu on this one. Be more sensitive, drop policies unfavorable to Nigerians. Shettima and this one, and this is on Daily Post this morning. Now, moving forward to Vanguard, accidental leadership, Obasanjo, Buhari, Tinubu, others unprepared. Kuka on this one, it says accidental leadership, Obasanjo, Buhari, Tinubu, others unprepared. Kuka on this one. Now, moving forward to Tribune this morning, PDP governors to INEC, you manipulated Edo Gibal poll. That's on Tribune. PDP governors to INEC, you manipulated Edo Gibal poll. That's on Tribune newspaper this morning. Now, on Daily Nigeria, Nigeria's creative sector critical to my diversification. That's Tinubu on this one. Nigeria's creative sector critical to my diversification agenda. Tinubu on this one. And that's on Daily Nigeria this morning. So that's all of it on the headlines. And when we come back, we're going to dive into the conversation squarely. All right, welcome back. Good morning one more time, Mrs. Sele. How was your weekend?
Very nice.
Did you have a fantastic weekend?
You should know now. Do I have weekend? That is what you should ask me, because I don't have a weekend.
But I mean, thank God it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday. You know that we don't usually say thank God it's Monday. I don't know why, but I mean. Happy Monday to everybody out there. Now, let's begin with this story right here. And this one is on Punch, and it says, reps may clash over Tinubu's $2.2 billion fresh loan Tuesday. Let's look into the main story. Now, a showdown is looming in the House of Representatives over President Bola Tinubu's $2.2 billion, which is 1.77 trillion naira loan request. Now, the loan is intended to fund the 9.7 trillion naira deficit in the 2024 budget. The Senate has already approved the loan request, and the House is expected to debate and approve it later in the week. Now, Deputy Spokesperson of the House, Philip Agbese, has expressed confidence that the House will approve the loan request, citing the President's prudent management of resources. Now, Mr. Philip noted that the loan will be used for critical infrastructure projects, and the House will ensure that the funds are not diverted. However, the Minority Caucus has warned that borrowing should be the last option, and the loan request should be scrutinized carefully. Now, the loan request has generated concerns about Nigeria's growing debt profile, which currently stands at 136 trillion naira. Lawmakers from the opposition party have expressed worries about the transparency and integrity of the loan and the potential burden it may place on the government and citizens. The chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Bamidele Salam, has stated that he will only support the loan if the terms are favorable and the funds are used for urgent critical infrastructure. The debate on the loan request is expected to be intense, with lawmakers from the ruling party supporting the president's request, while the opposition party demands more transparency and accountability. The outcome of this debate will determine whether the loan request is approved or rejected. Mr. Stella, you see what we have here? We have a divided house. The people from the ruling party are saying, we trust that President Tinubu is going to, do the needful with this loan, and we are going to monitor, we're going to ensure that the funds are not diverted. Now, from the opposition party, they are saying, no, we need to scrutinize. We need to look at this, very well. The question now is, if the tables were turned, would it be that way? And again, are we looking at this from being an opposition party? Are we looking at this from the fact that, let's actually scrutinize this critically to know whether it benefits Nigeria's economy or not?
We know how it is always. The ruling party, they will never see anything wrong in what their leader does. So is much as we expected that the ruling party, they will stand behind the president. But I still asked the question. I think it was last week. This is November. November has ended. Not is ending. November has ended. And we are borrowing $2.2 billion
for 2024
for
budget
2024
deficit.
budget deficit. And we have not, I think I also heard of borrowing for 2025 budget.
Of course.
So, can't we look elsewhere? The truth is, this issue came up as in rep to scrutinize it, just to make Nigerians feel like, oh, they are doing their work. Come on. We know they are not scrutinizing anything. We know this loan will finally be approved. They will get the loan, and it will go the same way other loans has gone. Because
now
if truly the loans Nigerians have taken, let me say between Buhari and Tinubu's administration, the loans are enough to turn over the economy of Nigeria if it was well invested. But this is Nigeria, where a project of 1 million naira maybe you see an approval of 1 billion naira for a project that 1 million can do, and yet the project will not be finished.
Now,
that is the problem.
Yeah, so, what part of the things that the opposition party talked about, or what part of the reasons why they're expressing worry over this loan, they're talking about transparency and integrity of the loan. Would you think?
Have we ever seen any loan that the Nigerian government borrowed and the masses could see, okay, this is what they did with it?
Mrs. Ella, I told you that if we're talking about transparency, if the government wants the citizens to really experience transparency in governance, technology has come out to make it easy for us. There should be like a website where it's stated that, okay, this is a website where Nigerian government is going to, in details, tell us the loan that they are borrowing and give us in details these critical infrastructural projects that they want to invest this loan in. We'll also look at the previous loan that they got, the budget for 2024. How was it used? Why do we need loan now? Why are we servicing, what's going on?
The thing is just
as far as transparency is concerned, I don't think that we've got to talk more of integrity.
Just like what I said last week. People keep saying to get Nigerian right is a rocket science. It's not a rocket science.
I don't think it's a rocket science.
Automate a lot of things in Nigeria. Let there be transparency. How do we? Okay, let me use INEC for example. IREV was meant to bring transparency into our electoral process. But we saw what happened to it and what is happening to it up to today.
Nigerians were supposed to stream that election, watch it live.
When Donald Trump was elected, I was in Transcorp Hilton in Lagos. No, Eco Hotel in Lagos to capture it live for the person I worked for then. We captured it live. As the electorates were casting their votes, we were seeing the live results, how the table was turning until the last vote was cast. So before the last vote is cast, everybody knew who will win and who is winning as it is turning. Is it a rocket science? Nigeria has all it takes.
And it was last week when I mentioned that Nigeria is a third world country, and Charles was like, "Don't say that. That's what we've been saying, and that's how we've been deceiving ourselves because we feel like we have. If it's for intelligent tech people, we have them here in Nigeria. If it's for the resources, we have them in Nigeria. I even feel
if you talk about human resources in tech industry, China, they learn work where Nigerian boys are. I know of even my classmates what they are doing in the tech industry. But
some of them companies are abroad and now
have moved
their technology skills.
Yes, have moved them. If you talk about human resources, Nigerians have got it. But it is the will of this government to be transparent. Are they willing to be accountable? The answer is no. Yes, the answer we know the answer. So the minority coming out is just to let the day be going. Let it be that they said something. But the truth is that this loan will be approved at the end of the day. It will go the way others has gone.
Yeah. So let's talk about how that, now the deputy spokesperson of the House has come out to say, okay, you know what? As far as this loan is concerned, we're going to monitor, we're going to ensure that the funds are not diverted. Is it something that we can, trust?
What were you expecting? What were you expecting? Okay, he will come and tell you, I don't trust my boss. You want him to lose his job. Definitely he will come and defend whatever his boss is doing. So I'm not expecting less. But we have got to the point where all this coming to the media to talk should stop. Let there be action. Let there be visible and tangible actions.
I think that since Nigeria government started getting loans, I feel like this one is beginning to raise a lot of concern.
Yes.
And a lot of people.
We see our loan profile. We see our loan profile rising, government after government, and we are not seeing an equivalent development infrastructurally to say, okay, this is why they borrowed. We are not seeing our economy shifting from poverty headquarters. And we are still borrowing.
We're going to have to move to the next story because, this conversation, we had it last week. And, part of the things that we also mentioned is how that, even now that the deputy spokesperson, Mr. Philip, is coming out to cite the president's prudent management of resources. And, every other time when we hear the issue of loans, the question that keeps springing up in the mind of the average Nigerian is, what have they been using, the loans for over the years? So when the deputy spokesperson is coming out to say that the president is prudent with, managing resources, you're trying to put it side by side, and it doesn't tally.
You know my fear.
It doesn't tally.
You know my fear. In this administration has had all-time high in terms of debt profile. As at February this year, they formed a committee, and when we looked at our debt profile have hit all-time high of 1.1 trillion naira.
Which explains why everybody is trying to.
So you have borrowed beyond every other administration within 1 year plus, and you are still about to borrow to fund 2024 budget. What did you do with the ones you have borrowed? Where is the infrastructure? Where are the evidences of? Where are the evidence that, okay, yes, he borrowed, this is what he did, this is what he did. If we are seeing changes where Nigerians are dying of hunger and we are still borrowing.
If there should be anybody that should say that the president has been prudent with managing resources, should be the average Nigerian.
It should be average Nigerian who is on the street seeing what is happening.
We're going to have to move to Daily Post, and the headline reads, Dangote Refinery reduces PMS price. But before we go into that story properly, I'd like to call out the phone lines one more time, in case you've not gotten the number yet. So in case you want to call us, the number is 0808-704-1217. 0808-704-1217. That's our call line. And for WhatsApp is 0901-615-0614. join in the conversation and be part of what is going on around the country. Now, moving forward to Daily Post, Nigeria's Dangote refinery has reduced the premium motor spirit, that's the petrol price for marketers, to 970. And that's per litre. The spokesperson of the Dangote Group, Anthony, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. According to him, the 650,000 barrels per day refinery slashed the petrol price by 20 naira from 990 naira per litre to 970 naira. Now, this comes as the company vowed not to compromise on the quality and standard of its products. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has affected a reduction in the prevailing price of its premium motor spirit PMS from 990 naira per litre to 970 naira per litre for the marketers. As the years comes to an end, this is our way of appreciating the good people of Nigeria for their unwavering support in making the refinery a dream come true. In addition, this is to thank the government for its support, as this will complement the measures put in place to encourage domestic enterprise for our collective well-being. Now, while the refinery would not compromise on the quality of its petroleum products, we assure you of the best quality products that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. This should come as a good news, Mr. Zele, because we have been screaming. We have been saying, you know what, Dangote, please reduce your price. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my dear sister and my friend out there.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Mr. Sunday, calling you presently at Gariki Market.
Mr. Sunday from Gariki, please go ahead.
Yes, just like what your guest said, is completely true. You know, when Mr. President came on board before his inauguration, he said the subsidy is gone. And when he came back, the handler was telling us what we stand to benefit if the subsidy is totally removed.
Yes.
Yes. So they told us that before now, the reason why Buhari couldn't put infrastructure on ground was because of paying subsidy.
Yes.
And he borrowed to pay subsidy. Now they are taking away subsidy. You know, initially it was 530. Gradually, they said they have not finished taking it off. That by the time they will finish taking off the subsidy, the price of fuel will rise to about 1,000 bucks.
Yes.
Which Nigeria allows them. And today the price of fuel at NNP is about 1,060 naira.
Yes. Yes.
And within getting to 2 years now, with Nigerians for 197 to about 160 naira, you can see how much we are paying through our nose.
Yes.
And all this money we are paying was the money they told us that this money Buhari would have saved.
Yes.
To fix infrastructure.
Exactly.
And because Buhari was paying subsidy, that is why he couldn't fix infrastructure. Then hopefully that now the subsidy has gone.
There's going to be enough money. Exactly.
Yes, enough money for us to spend, fix infrastructure, and we will no longer borrow. Bear this in mind.
Exactly.
The reason why Buhari borrowed a lot
was because of subsidy.
Exactly. That is why he borrowed a lot. You understand?
Yes, I agree.
Now they have taken away subsidy. They will no longer borrow. Nigeria will save enough money to fix infrastructure and to do other necessary things.
Exactly.
And Nigerians allow them. Finally, they have taken away all the subsidy. Anything short of this now, we don't know what to call it again. And the same government, within the space of 1 year, is even equaling the borrowing of Buhari for 8 years.
Yes.
That's why it's raising concern.
Yes, and all this money they are collecting from us. Look at how much Nigeria is taking from their pocket in the name of we are the people paying the subsidy because directly or indirectly you use PMN.
Exactly.
Directly or indirectly you use diesel because if you don't have vehicle, you bought vehicle, and when you bought
use gas.
Yes. People have even retired for work because the money cannot, the salary they are getting cannot take them home any longer.
Yeah.
They said it's preferable they sit at home while their children is seeing their children and they are seeing their children. Instead of them going out every day, at the end of the day, nothing to show for it. Okay, fine. Now Nigerian is paying over 800 or something naira from their pockets in the name of what the federal government has paid from the subsidy remover.
Yes.
And you are still borrowing money. And my word
for the same infrastructure we're talking about.
Yes, all the people that make up National Assembly and the House of Senate, they easily pass it to you without asking Mr. President.
Exactly.
All the money you have borrowed, the money you have saved from subsidy.
From subsidy, where is it?
Bill that was
Where is
accepted
the
within
money?
48
What did
hours.
he-
We read it here.
Yes, what did you use the money for? Then why are you requesting for another loan? That we want to see what you use the money for
Yes.
before we will grant you another loan. So they quickly sign it without asking anything.
Yes.
And this is the same problem we have with Lawal, Ahmed Lawal, during the time of Buhari. He's a concernor because in first tenor, Saraki never grants much loan to him. Saraki always hold him accountable to his claim.
yes.
Initial one. What did he do with it?
Exactly.
They stand up and told Nigerians that Saraki is against Buhari. And the people like Lai Mohammed painted his name blue and black and they removed him. They brought Lawal.
Exactly.
Anything they brought from the office of Buhari goes. But that's why that Buhari still have woman feelings. Because he was busy increasing the fuel small.
Yes.
But this man decided to take the subsidy completely from Nigeria and they lifted the exchange rate.
Yeah.
Double tragedy. And yet they are still going ahead.
They are still borrowing.
And this is, I don't know what Akpabio is doing there.
I really
I
don't.
don't even know what Abbas is doing there. The intelligence of democracy is out of national assembly. That's they have the arms of
the
government.
legislative, yes.
The executive enjoy judiciary and executive. Democracy is legislative.
The
That is the
legislative,
symbol
yes.
of democracy. There are people that will be checkmating these two arms.
Yes.
Because it is symbol of democracy. But it annoys me that anything that comes from the office of Mr. President.
Round up, Mr.
Anything that-
Sunday.
I mean. Anybody that is clear to Mr. President should tell him if there's any way we've offended him, he should have mercy on us. Nigerians are dropping dead on a daily basis because of hunger.
Yes.
Nigerians are crying on a daily because of hunger. Could you imagine red oil is no longer at the reach of the common people?
Yes.
Granite oil is no longer at the reach of the common people. People are cooking soup now without oil.
Yes.
And you know what? With the implication in the health.
In the nearest
health,
future, yes.
exactly. Thank you,
Have a
Mr.
nice
Sam. I
day.
appreciate
Thank you so much.
for your contribution. And you see how, in details, he just took us on a journey.
Yes, that is
you know, from how it all started till now, right? And talking about since the subsidy removal was because of something.
Okay, let us.
do you
Okay,
understand?
you came. Okay, you came on board and you said Buhari was borrowing because he was paying subsidy. Let's remove the subsidy. No problem. You now removed the subsidy, and you didn't just borrow. You over-borrowed Buhari. Within 2 years, what he has borrowed in office is outdoing Buhari's borrowing. Buhari that was paying subsidy.
It
So
now
what
makes
is happening?
The money that
The money you saved from subsidy, where is it?
Exactly, that's the question I wanted to ask. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think that we've lost that one. So that's the question.
Now, do you know because the subsidies are in two ways. You know, the exchange rate, the parallel market. What these guys say, you know, there was a time federal government was actually subsidizing dollar. Especially, for instance, you want to travel abroad for education, you can buy dollar direct from CBN at 400 and something naira, where the black market is selling 1,000 plus. So federal government, the excess, as in the deficit, will be paid by federal government, which means federal government was actually subsidizing forex. You took petroleum subsidy away, you took forex subsidy away. Where is the money you have saved from this?
Mr. Sele, let's come back to this story also, you know, of Dangote Refinery reducing PMS price. You know, and I said that when I was reading this news, I was looking at your face so that I would see smile, right? Because I mean, we've been talking about how that Nigerians trusted, you know, the entire process of the Dangote Refinery because they saw it as, this is going to be like a saving grace for all of us. And, you know, we saw all of the back and forth, you know, that happened with even telling us the price, reduction of the price, selling to Ipman and all of that. And at some point, we now came to, you know, saying that, to say that Dangote needs to reduce the price of, you know, the PMS that he sells to, you know, the marketers and all of that. And this morning, you know, we're seeing that, you know what? From 990, Dangote has reduced to 970. And the reason is where I want to sit on now. The year is coming to an end, so this is their way of appreciating the good people of Nigeria and also thanking the government. What do you think about this reduction?
20 naira.
That should be a lot for a businessman. What?
No. No. Come to think of it, an average Nigerian who used to buy petrol at 200 and let me use the Okada guy on the street, who depends on he buys petrol, ride his Okada, then pays. So most of them have this bike on hire purchase, pays the owner of the bike and have something left for his family. Now he's buying at 1,000, let's say 1,001, and you now remove 20 naira. What effect will it have on his income?
And don't forget that the market is a deregulated market, which means that we're not even sure that all of the marketers are going to stand with this pricing.
So when Dangote says I have removed 20 naira, just expect that few filling stations may drop like 10 naira, 5 naira. What effect will it have on that bike guy who used to sustain his family when he was buying petrol at 200 and something naira, and now that he's buying 1,000 plus? And you see that a lot of Nigerians don't patronize public transport anymore. We find a way to boycott it, because take it or leave it, salary remains what it is. So if you don't find a way to cut down on your expenses, you're on your own.
We're going to talk about how that NLC has decided that it's either December 1st or December 1st, because we're even looking at the new minimum wage. A lot of states are still finding it difficult, to effect it. So salary prices are not changing, right? So we're still at where we are, and every other thing is going up.
You come to think of it, even the 70,000 naira minimum wage, what can 70,000 naira do to a married man in a week?
And don't forget that part of the conversations that because we're going to come to that, part of the conversations that NLC had, with, the government when they were also going back and forth with the minimum wage.
Is that
this fuel
fuel
price comes into it too.
So Dangote coming to tell us that he took 20 naira away, it's a lot for him anyway.
It's a lot for
as
him,
a businessman, because in a day we are talking about Nigerian taking about millions of liters of petrol, consuming millions of liters of petrol per day. So
we're looking at 650,000 barrels.
So 650,000 barrels per day. So if you check it very well, you know that Nigerians truly 20 naira is a lot for Dangote.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yes, on the issue of Dangote and...
please, who are we speaking with, please?
Yes, Mr. Sunday, sorry.
Okay. Mr. Sunday, okay.
The issue of Dangote and the removal of 20 naira, for him as a businessman, is a lot of money.
Yes, it's a lot.
But he never change anything, because where they're selling 180 and where they're selling 1,015 naira, when you buy the fuel, the same quantity of fuel it will give you.
Exactly.
And some of the police stations, they place 1,130 on their dispenser. But when you go by the 1,130, you will realize that what fills your 1 liter rubber is 1,400.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's even preferable from the market, black market, at 1,003. I get value for my money, because when you go to places to buy, based on the price it displays their dispenser, at the end of the day, you won't even get value for your money. So the reduction mean a lot to Dangote, but it doesn't change anything, because it's still the same thing. Carry rope, tie goat, and carry goat, tie rope at the same time. You understand? So the only time it will make effect is only if we reduce like 200 naira. You will know at least with 750 can get 1 liter. You understand? But with this 20 naira, it doesn't change anything. And coming to the issue of Dangote and federal government, there's a lot of conflicting issues between Dangote and federal government. Last week, we had that because Dangote is buying 2 million barrels from America. And the same last week, we had a federal government sold about 4 million barrels of food to America and Spain. You understand? And I asked myself, I thought federal government said they're going to sell to Dangote at Nairobi.
I'm with you.
And if NNPC can sell such amount of crude to Spain and America, why don't they sell the same amount of crude?
We asked the same question
last week.
That's a good question to ask.
Yes. Why don't they sell 2 million for Dangote, and then they spot 2 million barrels? And then coming the issue of federal government are still importing and exporting. The federal government, I was even advising federal government, if they're using 1,000 naira to export crude oil and import finished products, and they have refinery here, Why then them use 500 naira? Subsidize Dangote for.
Thank you.
Say 500. Stop exporting and importing.
And importing.
Use that the transportation fuel to subsidize it for Dangote.
For Dangote to refine.
Bring the price down to the consumable price to Nigeria.
And it will impact our pricing heavily.
You're spending money to export for crude and spending money
to
bring
import the finished products.
Why you have
a refinery?
Why you have a refinery here? Why don't you use the same transport money you are using to subsidize the price for Dangote? Even if it's 500 naira, it's something.
Yes.
Then you are having to sell to Nigeria at a rate of 600. I think you have done a lot for us and all these wastages. Have a nice day, reparation.
Thank you so much. Because if this is done, it's definitely going to impact the pricing greatly.
You know, it still baffles me. Why would federal government still be exporting crude oil when we have a Dangote refinery here and now go to import?
Dangote is also importing crude.
No, it's not only. I'm still coming to that. But federal government will export crude oil and NNPC will import finished products. Why not empower Dangote to refine as much as we need? Why not give Dangote as much crude as he need to refine? Why would Dangote go to import when we still have access to export? Why will we import finished products like the finished petroleum products while a Dangote refinery is here in Nigeria? That tells you that people see. There is. I know I keep saying this, and I don't know. I don't even know why I'm stressing myself. People are eating big from all this our suffering. As far as we suffer, there are people whose livelihood is ensured. Their livelihood is only guaranteed when there is suffering in the land. So you coming up with suggestions, they know all this. Are they blind?
Implementation is just the problem.
No, it's not the problem. They even know how to implement it. But they know that when it's implemented, some people are going to be affected. And that is why we are here. I don't want to say a lot of things because there are a lot of things about this crude oil. If you doubt me, go to the street, go to NNPC filling station, go and buy and ask them to give you a receipt. You see that most of the products they have on the list are products of Oando. And NNPC have all those products. So what is going on? There are a lot of things that they are not telling us, and the common masses keep suffering.
And it is very sad because at this point we have seen how much the fuel price affects the everyday livelihood of the average Nigerian. It cuts across all sectors. And it makes that the more the fuel price increases, the more the prices of goods in the market increases, the more medical care increases. Every sector is going to be affected. And the one thing that we're saying is, can you in a way support Dangote, maybe sell to him at a reduced price so that it will impact the price, whether you like it or not. 990 from 990 to 970
has
for
no
the
effect.
Average man. I mean,
has no effect on average Nigerian.
It's almost the same thing. It's almost you should have as well left it at 970 because do you understand? So, but for the businessman, because we've established that Dangote is a businessman.
Yeah.
A person who set up a refinery from the scratch. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Something that we've been asking the Nigerian government to do. In fact, we've even said, please, the one that is already there, that is dilapidated, can you bring it back to life? And so far so good, we've been hearing, stories upon stories upon stories. And one man single-handedly did this thing. He's definitely going to look out for his profits. He's a businessman.
See, just like what Sam said, it doesn't take the federal government anything from empowering Dangote to refine as much as Nigerians need. By giving him if Dangote is thinking of importing crude oil, then I don't know what I don't just understand what is going on. The NNPC is exporting crude oil from Nigeria, paying for the just like what Sam said, paying to export it, and Dangote is going out to buy the same crude oil. Then something is wrong. There is something somebody is not telling us.
We're still very hopeful that, I mean, we've gotten 970 now, so we're still very hopeful that maybe something is going to happen, sometime in 2025. We just want this fuel price to somehow come down to ease the impact of this hike in fuel prices on, the livelihood of the average Nigerian. Because I mean, the suffering is very, very. We can, even the blind can see that, we're suffering. Right, so we were just hoping that somehow, with all of the deliberations, people advising the government, and all of that they're just going to look for a way to bring down the price. We're just being hopeful.
What to do is very simple. Just like what the last caller said. What to do is very simple. Push this crude oil to Dangote. You have him here. Push crude oil to him at a subsidized price. Let Dangote in return sell to Nigerian at a subsidized price, and you see the effect on economy will be very massive. Because take it or leave it, crude petrol particularly controls a large part of our economy. If the price of petrol drops tomorrow, go back to market and price the same thing you priced yesterday. You see how drastically their prices will come down.
It's going to come down.
So if the president if anybody in the presidency is listening or wants to, or anybody, it can go to them anyhow. Do something about the price of petrol. Do something about the price of PMS particularly. That is the premium motor spirits. That's the most used one. Do something about the price. Subsidize it by enemy. It might not be paying subsidy. You can subsidize it by empowering Dangote to produce en masse, and then Nigerians will come back to normal.
All right, that's that for that one. We're going to move forward to the next story on Daily Post. It says that's on the minimum wage issue. It says December 1st deadline stands. But before we go into the main stories, let me just roll out the phone numbers one more time in case you want to get across to us via call. The number to call is 0808 704 1217. That's our call line in case you want to get across to us and throw in your contribution. 0808 704 1217. And on WhatsApp, in case you want to send us a voice note or a text on WhatsApp, 0901 615 0614. 0901 615 0614. We're also streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook at Bright FM Abuja. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Mr. Abdallah, good morning.
Abdallah from Buhari.
Good morning, Mr. Abdallah.
Yes, God will continue to strengthen you people.
Amen.
Yes, the truth must be said, even if no action will be taken. May God be the glory.
Amen.
You see, just like you have mentioned, Dangote as a private entrepreneur, he is after profit. And not only ordinary profit, but maximizing profit.
Yes.
That is capitalism for you. Now, the government of the day and the past government have refused to do the needful. Although we are aware that so much amount of money was spent to the overhauling of the government refineries. They don't want to do that because they know that they are highly beneficiaries of that project. Now, if they repair it, at least there will be competition.
Exactly.
When there is competition, at least the price will
come down.
definitely reduce.
Yes.
So they don't want that. In fact, majority of them have known Nigeria and Nigerian people at heart. Some of them have refineries abroad. So whether you like it or not, they are after their own interest. So it is not that the refineries cannot be overhauled or repaired and Nigeria will get the maximum benefit from it. Knowing fully well that even the dead benefit from reduction in the prices of petroleum. Because if she is taken to the mortuary or to the graveyard, they have to use vehicle, and the vehicle has to be fuel. So these are the things that are happening. But I pray that one day, the leaders will see the true thing about Nigeria, and then they will have Nigeria interests at heart, and then do everything possible to salvage Nigeria and Nigerian people. Now, Dangote has reduced 20 naira. Multiply 20 naira by at least 100 million
liters.
Maybe these are liters of fuel. You discover that you have like 20 million or thereabout, or 2 million. So it is something. They say if you want to travel to sky, if somebody place a piece of paper on the ground and you step on it, at least it has reduced the distance.
Definitely.
So if Dangote can continue to do that from time to time, then Nigeria will have little succor.
Exactly.
Since the government and the people that are supporting the government and are at the helm of affairs and are in charge of these refinery issues, and NNPC or NNPCL are not ready to do the needful. I hope Nigeria will be well, and by God's grace, Nigeria will be great again.
Thank you, Mr.
God bless Nigeria, and God bless Nigerian people. Have a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution, Mr. Abdallah, always. Now, let's sit on this conversation for a bit. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has restated that its December 1st deadline for all states to implement the new minimum wage still stands. Now, reporters recall that on July 29th, President Bola Tinubu signed the minimum wage bill into law. The legislation increased the country's minimum wage from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. Now, also on November 11th, NLC announced November 30th as the deadline for all state governments to implement the new minimum wage for their workers. The union mandated its members to embark on an indefinite strike in states where the new minimum wage is yet to be implemented after the deadline. However, several states have signed the new minimum wage scheme into effect, with over 30 governors agreeing to set the lowest minimum salary for workers at 70,000 naira and above. Zamfara, Sokoto, Cross River, and Nasarawa, among others, have yet to reach an agreement on improved payment for their workers. NLC spokesman Benson, while speaking on the deadline, stated that nothing has changed as per the directive, despite the majority of the states implementing the new minimum wage. Majority is not everybody. All states must heed the union's directive, or we will carry out our threats. And this is coming from, the NLC, Mr. Celestin. Now, we're seeing NLC coming out to put more emphasis on, what they've previously said regarding the minimum wage. And you know how it is that every other time we keep calling out at NLC, to stand for workers, to stand for, its people. So what do you think about, this, coming out to make a statement to say that it's either you people do the needful or we go on strike? Do you have any hope in this, or do you think that it's going to still be, the usual NLC coming out to say, okay, we're going to go on a strike, and before you know what is happening, we don't even understand what's going on?
Well, I expect them to go on strike, but my concern is, why would it get to this point? Why would it get to NLC calling for strike before we know that 30,000 naira per month is a joker? Let's compare just few other countries in Africa, for instance. In Angola, their minimum wage is $61. How much is $61? There is no. Is it in Burkina Faso 59? Is it in Cameroon? Cameroon is $141. I just did an analysis of all our neighboring African countries. There is no country in Africa where their minimum wage is less than 150,000 naira. And the giant of Africa is still battling to pay 70,000 naira.
This is where we're at.
That is where we are.
That's where we're at.
If minimum wage in countries like even Ghana, where electricity is working, now you see why a Dangote will go to Ghana and sell cement cheaper, because the government is working. For crying out loud, minimum wage of 70,000 naira. How much is 70,000 naira in dollars? Do you know that this is not up to 50 US dollars? What am I saying?
This is really sad. This is really sad.
This is sad.
You asked a very deep question, and you asked why do we need to get to this point for the government to understand that 30,000 naira cannot do anything today as of now.
As of now, 30,000 naira
for a single person. We're not even talking about
even
a
as
household.
a youth copper.
It wasn't not the other day core members came out to say that it's not enough for them.
For them, yes.
It's not enough for them.
As a youth copper, what do you want to do with 30,000 naira?
What? And you remember that the 30,000 naira, when it was even implemented, that things were even cheaper.
Yes.
There were still governments or
intervention,
states, that were not able to even pay.
You know one thing.
There were states that were not able to pay.
One thing. I don't know who will do this, because truly, Nigeria need a messiah. Nigeria need. I keep saying it. I said it. If we get somebody who can take the helms of affair and stand to do what is right, by looking in people in their face and taking drastic decisions that will, no matter the toes you are stepping on, step on toes and let's get things right. How can you tell me states? It is because all the states, they look up to the central. They look up to Abuja for monthly allocations. Allocation from crude oil. Crude oil that comes from just not up to 5% of Nigeria. As in the portion of Nigeria that the states that produce this crude oil. How many states in Nigeria?
Was it not the other day somebody was analyzing the resources?
The resources we have in other states
alone
outweighs this crude oil. But I don't know why we just concentrated our efforts on crude oil and left other natural resources, left other sectors that we can invest.
And this brings us, but I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Robert.
No, my name is EGU.
Okay, Mr. EGU, from where, please?
From Nasarawa.
Okay, Mr. EGU, please go ahead.
Okay. I want to comment on this issue of this Dangote.
Go ahead.
Dangote for Nigeria by to remove 20 naira inside the fuel. Because what they say in that letter is that the way Nigeria fight for him when he want to start to talk about
when he was appreciating Nigerians, he recognized that.
When those people said that fuel is water, the fuel is this, the fuel is not okay, the Nigeria stand for him.
Yes.
Like what one man put here is that if somebody want to fly to the sky, you put paper on the ground, at least one.
You have taken a step, yes.
When Dangote started refining, that time that they are selling diesel, what did they call it? Diesel at the rate of 1,700. He came up, reduced it more. People are saying, before you reduce it to 900 naira at that time. But I don't know for now, but I'm not using diesel. So let's give this man the spirit of the doubt that maybe before December, because we are talking like this so that he will know he should reduce it more because it's our brother. He should reduce it to at least remove 18 naira again so that it will become 100 naira. So that we will know whether NNPC people not go calculate their head. What are they doing to us? Who is the minister of petroleum?
Your president, of course.
So why is he doing us like this? Okay, now they say that the money that he borrowed for these 2 years is more than 8 years of work. It's not fair.
It's not fair, my brother.
It's not fair now. People no one talk anyhow for radio. people don't they provoke.
I know.
The verse.
I know.
If person using annoyance speak on radio now, they go find you. But they not go find a bandit. You see, this is the best person. They go track you for where you are hiding yourself. If you talk anyhow on radio. See now, if travel from Abuja here to Delta State is 27,000 naira, which you are using 3,000 naira go during
before.
Buhari time.
Yes.
Okay, now travel from here to Bayelsa State is 40,000. If you and your family is going, you can spend just budget 200,000 for waiting. How much is your salary?
How much is your salary? That is it.
The thing is paining, honestly, my brother. Anybody that is saying that the government is trying is a failure. The government, they try, but they know they try well. Okay, now see, let me tell you, I just come back from travel yesterday. From Awuchi to Uromi, Wallahi, well, queue from Awuchi, from Uromi down, you know Uromi Junction? Uromi Junction to Awuchi, trailer from Abuja, queue down, they block the road.
Yes.
And that is how they are doing it every day, because no road.
That road is in no area. I know where you're talking about.
Yes. Minister of Works, we don't know what he's doing. They are talking about the power road, what did they call it? The power, what do you call that? Calabar, Lagos, what do you call? For them to do the old one that we're using, well, for us. I pity people that is going to Christmas, honestly, because what I see there, that's God Almighty, Jesus Christ, the old road block from Awuchi to Uromi.
If you face from that Bini, if you are going to Epoma, yes. Oh, that one is.
My brother, even that one is another thing again.
That one is a dead zone.
That one is another thing inside bush. People, Mr. President, please don't provoke us. You think the best person, he borrow. Where will see what he do?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I understand.
My dear, as in this road he mentioned, do you know if you are going from Lagos to any part of the east, you will spend 3 days on road. A journey that's normally on the norms, I can drive from Lagos to my house. From if I wake up early morning by 5, before 12, I don't do my village. They just these days, 3 days we are still on the road.
Let me take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning, my brothers and my sister.
Good morning. Please, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday. Call you back.
Okay.
You see, on the issue of minimum wage, what to make me even call back? Your guys say Nigeria and a giant of Africa. I don't know what to make of that. Because yesterday now they check other small African countries. I can't discover say our 100 naira no reach 100 naira for Ghana money. And Ghana 100 naira and about 6,000 something for Nigerian money. Ghana city.
Yes.
I remember 2013 when my younger brother did Ghana. I sent goods for him from Abuja, from Lagos to Ghana. After 2 days, he called me because normally I think if goods arrive for Ghana, they just go collect them. After they go collect them. In content, they will clear them for their border, their Aflawi border.
Okay.
I go ask how much be the money. I saw 2013. In content, me say I go send 1.2 million TDs for him. Trust me, I don't feel sleep that night. I can't say for my life, I never get 1 million. Where I want to see the 2 way on top. The following morning, I come to and say, my brother, I don't feel sleep. How much is that 1.2 million for Nigerian cities, Nigerian currency? He comes to me say the money now 10,250 naira. I come to and say, for 10 make I say 15,000 now. Because they tell me 1.2 million cities. I potential 1 million. Now I come to my brother, so if I carry $300 million, $300 million to come Nigeria here, that means I'm the poor man. You understand? Surprisingly, yes. If don't come past Nigeria money.
Yes.
Zambia money pass our money. I know I talk about South Africa and Tunisia and these people. The highest currency of Africa and Tunis money.
Yeah.
I remember about Zambia, even Burkina Faso money pass our money.
Yes.
And you say with it. I know they talk about Sefa na Baba where Sefa na dollar where Nigeria money. Now they call Nigeria giant of Africa. And if you think they pay me well because I don't finish all my life there. You see, I got opportunity to travel out of this country as far back as 1996 and thereabout. All my youth friends who finish secondary school together, all of them leave. Some go Dublin, some go Iceland, some go Spain. I thought they said, look, I was doing well. I thought, look, I don't need to travel to a Igbo country. But today I regret. Because that time I took him money, they even beg us.
Yes.
My cousin begged me, so they do visa for my they work there, even for Dublin. Say the people there, they lazy. Iceland, they lazy. Say you work there, you make your money. I say no. I don't know say we will see these days coming. I think say every day we will progress. I don't know say we will progress. It they pay me seriously. Because I don't see future for my children. Even me will be their father no even
get future from your children.
Yeah? What future I want to give them when me no even get future? You hear me?
Yeah, we do it too.
So the only thing of him make this federal government structure of salary, for me it doesn't make sense because the way Zamfara they get money, nobody so better they get money. So for these people can restructure Nigeria so that all the states will be independent, paying a revenue to federal government, look inward and generate what they have inward.
Exactly.
The state can pay whatever amount they want.
Based
because
on what they generate.
Federal government said they are giving state huge allocation. But we don't see the money for the states now. And the same state will tell you say federal government no, they never give them money. But if you allow the state to develop what they have, reliance on oil will become a thing of past.
Please round up.
Because even money where they have money where they entire Bayelsa could put the oil together. But the thing become personal resources. Why the oil become federal government
resources?
But if they restructure and allow state to be independent, paying tax to federal government, every state will look inward, generate inward. Some states can even pay up to 150,000.
Yes.
For what they're generating.
Yes.
Any state will not do well. Other states will just serious go collect them back now.
Yes.
Thank you
so
so much.
This federal system of government, this is the important system of government. No, they help us, and that's why we know they develop. America will borrow politics, democracy for their hand. They allow all the states to be independent. That is why they are doing very well. And we claim short, Ross. I'm not here.
No vex, I beg. No vex. No vex. Because if everybody begin to vex, this country don't go really contain us again.
No, but it is I don't know. As much as we don't encourage what the other guy was saying that everybody don't vex, but why wouldn't you be angry?
Seeing that things are not working.
Why would you be
well.
angry seeing that we have what it takes to make things work, but because some people are enjoying from our suffering, they make sure we keep suffering?
And from what you said, you're saying that people who decided to stay back in our countries now they are now regretting.
No,
when we are saying that we need more people to stay back so that we'll build.
Yes,
our
those who stayed back are regretting.
Those who stayed back are regretting. So let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. In case you're just tuning in, this is Bright Republic on Bright FM.
So, like, does the radio stop when you get into a car accident? Or are you just sitting there like,
I'm a savage, yeah. Classic,
Let's go.
What up, man? It's Sierra, that's right.
Yeah, it's your boy Chameleon X.
Yo, what up? This is Big Snoop Dogg.
Hi, this is the Pussycat Dolls.
Music, please.
Watermelon sugar high. I got hands for, I get bands for.
Hey, this is Carrie Hilson, and you're listening to
Bright 98.7.
I am here since 3 days ago.
Like corruption can happen at anywhere.
Corrupt with petrol. I prepare it with none of corruption with petrol. I see them for hotel, I see them for market. And if you see them, you go know.
They say you get where them then they embalm themselves, but me I never go to that place before.
Let's discuss the headlines and politics.
Going by the Senate Standing Orders of 2011 as amended, which is the genuine and authentic because it has never. And it protects. Will you shut up?
Get involved. Air your opinions. In this republic, we don't turn off your mic. Join us on Bright Republic, weekdays, 8 a.m.
Get ready.
All right, welcome back. In case you are just tuning in, this is Bright Republic on Bright 98.7 FM, and we're still, looking through the top news stories making the headlines in today's newspapers. In case you want to get across to us via call or, text, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0901-615-0614 or a voice note on the same number, 0901-615-0614. To call us directly, 0808-704-1217. Let's take that call line again, 0808-704-1217. That's our call line in case you want to, throw in one contribution or two regarding the conversation that we're having this morning. Now, let me just take this comment on WhatsApp before we move forward. Now, good morning, the beautiful crew in the station this morning. Hopefully your weekend was splendid. Thank you so much, Chief Onova, for asking. He said, in fact, my serious concern goes to the rate our government borrowing money since inception of ex-President Buhari to the current President Tinubu is too disturbing. He says, in November 2024, just 1 month remaining to the end the year's budget, President Tinubu is still borrowing $2.2 billion. To do what, I should ask? He says the president has not even thought of presenting the 2025 budget for debate to the National Assembly's joint House lawmakers. So how are Nigerians very sure that the next year 2025 borrowing will not be higher than what we're experiencing today? Because as fuel subsidy was removed, why are Nigerians as a country still borrowing again? Does it mean that the fuel subsidy removal is a scam against Nigerians, as Nigerians are now in a bandwagon of the more you look, the less you see syndrome? My fear in all of this scenario is that our leaders don't have any atom of fear for the masses, because they're not ready for anything called accountability, transparency, checkmating, or explanation to Nigerians how they ruled about how they rule and manage Nigerians' resources. Honestly, we found ourselves into one chance vehicle since 2015 from our ex-president's administration till date, because as one chance vehicle we entered, we have no choice than to get in with them to the destination of their choice. God's willing, we'll still be alive to see the light of the day again in Nigeria. This one is from Chief Onovo from Kubwa on that one. Thank you so much, Chief Onovo, for your contribution. Now, let's just continue with what we're saying. Let me just round off with the story on the NLC. And this is me just saying, December 1st is almost here.
It's almost here.
So let's see what is going to happen. Let's see if NLC is going to keep to their word. Let's see if the governors of the states that are remaining will do the needful before the first. My own let's see is not even the NLC. I'm expecting the remaining governors to take action before first. So we're looking at both the governors from the states who have not implemented the 70,000 naira yet. Yes, we're looking at them, and we're trusting that they're going to do the needful before December 1st, because we're looking at the fact that it's since 29th of July. Yeah. That's when President said, you know what, let's go ahead with this. So from that time up until now, I feel like there's been enough grace.
Yes.
So the governors should do the needful. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Mr. Abdallah.
Mr. Abdallah calling.
Yes, please.
You see, the issue of minimum wage. The president, during his electioneering campaign, he said that he is not only going to rely on minimum wage, but living wage. You see, what can you call this type of wage that he has granted the Nigerian workers? Is this an inflationary wage, or minimum wage, or living wage? Which one? So that is the problem we are facing. For him to build trust among the Nigerian people is very hard, because they will look at his statement whenever he made it as a conning. There's no trust and confidence in the government
at all.
And even the place where they used to go and collect money loan, International Monetary Fund said that there are about 3 things that they must have to do as government in Nigeria before they can get it right. First of all, they must make sure that there is trust and confidence among the populace, the Nigerian people. And then they should also control corruption. Now, let us just stick to these 2. Has that happened in the country? They jam pack all the policies together and they want it to work. And Nigeria's problem has been multifarious and has lingered for a long. Now, how can you be able to solve multiple problems at once and overnight? It's not possible. Look at the floating of Naira. You see, this is the dilemma of my fatherland. So, if it is ideal, let him follow the advice of the PDP governors that just ended in Plateau State, that he should revisit some of these policies so that Nigerian populace can have succor.
Exactly.
At least, even if it is a devil that advise you, forget about his devilish activities.
Yes.
But rely on the advice given if it will actually benefit the people.
The people, yes.
That is better. Now, Mr. President, where is the living wage? When the 70,000 cannot even buy a bag of rice.
A bag of rice.
You see? So, in fact, Nigeria's issue, we will continue to talk, but we don't know what type of talk to tell the government again. God bless Nigeria and God bless Nigerian people. Have a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdallah, on that one. Thank you for your contribution. Now let's move to another story here on the Tribune newspaper, and it says PDP governors to INEC. You manipulated Edo Guber poll. Let's look into the main story. The People's Democratic Party Governors Forum, PDPGF, has accused the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, of manipulating the recent Edo State governorship election in favor of the All Progressive Congress candidate. Now, the forum described the alleged manipulation as a rape of democracy and claimed that the PDP candidate, Aso Ighodalo, won the majority of lawful votes. Now, the PDP governors called on the judiciary to act decisively to protect Nigerian democracy and urged the National Assembly to review Nigeria's electoral laws to prevent such manipulation in the future. They also advised the PDP National Working Committee to convene the National Executive Council meeting by the first week of February 2025 to address the party's existential issues, including leadership disputes and ongoing litigations. The forum expressed deep concerns about the seeming divisions within the party, but reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining unity and cohesion within the PDP. The governors also acknowledged the internal challenges faced by the party and promised to work towards resolving them. They called on President Bola Tinubu to urgently review the country's macroeconomic and fiscal policies to address the economic hardship by Nigerians. We're going to talk about INEC. I mean, they've said that they are going to sort out their in-house issues. So we're hopeful that as a party, they sit with themselves by 2025 and they sort out the in-house issues that they are having. But my question is that why have we gotten to the point where every election, after the results, there's going to be need to go to court to say, oh, we were not happy with the results. We don't trust that, this result that you gave us is what we're supposed to have. We don't trust the outcome of this election. Why? Why have we gotten to that point as a people?
Because Nigeria is being run not by system, but by big individuals. By not strong system, but strong individuals. So if INEC had been a strong institution, a system that is on its own, I don't think we will be here. But INEC is being controlled by the power that be. Whichever party is in power takes control of what happens both in INEC and even in our judicial system. So that is why if they say go to court, they know that if you go to court, you are not, it is what they want you to hear in court that you will hear. It is the outcome they predetermine that will come in the court. So we'll keep being here. But I know the issue of Edo election is a normal thing.
You know that, yeah, Mr. Sele, you know that it was before the election that PDP even came out to say that APC wants to rig the election.
Yes,
it was on news, and APC told
and
them
they went
that
ahead and rigged it. No, I'll say it. I have friends. Not allegedly.
Allegedly, Mr. Sele, you were you.
I have friends. I have friends on ground. In fact, I will be in Edo this week. I have a strong tie to Edo State. I know.
Let's stick with allegedly. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you there?
This is Mr. John.
Mr. John, good morning to you.
Pick my call. I don't call tire.
Hey, yeah, so sorry.
At least now, if you not talk small, now pick our call.
You know that is when he beeps, we even see it.
Yeah.
Now when they beep, we they see him, because we know they see numbers and all. But go ahead.
Yeah, my sister, you are a journalist. Maybe this evening, by 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, come to Beggar Junction. just stand. You will see how men drag the trailer.
I see him as they come this morning now.
You understand? Dragging pick up. Since when?
They jump like this, it will shock you.
You understand me? Since when is that one started happening in Nigeria? You understand me? The president did not have diplomacy. You understand? They do not have us in their heart at all. Because if they have us in their heart and the labor is behind us, they will not say they are fighting for minimum wage, 70,000.
70,000.
70,000 cannot buy one bag of rice.
Cannot buy half bag of rice, F.
Some people, their salary is not up to 70,000.
Yes.
Then they are fighting for now. The labor cannot fight the government again. Now they turn their attention to governors. And now even the governors now, very soon now you will hear that why we did not work, we give the money to chairman. You see where they turn our attention to? If you want to hold, if it is the governor, give the governor the money. Let the governor do the work. If the governor did not do the work, we know that it is the governor that did not do the work.
Exactly.
They arrest the governor.
Exactly.
Because the governor will say, give chairman the money. Chairman will say, I give councillor. You understand what? Just send one of your representatives, 6 o'clock, Beggar Junction, come here.
Wow.
Just carry your phone, give your finish. You will know that I'm not telling that it's not lie.
I understand. We are all on the street,
that
so
is how the suffering. That is how the suffering
has gotten to.
Labor is coming and telling that we did not have labor. We did not have labor. We say our faith is in the Lord.
But we're trusting. We're trusting that yeah.
That is what we rely on now in the Lord. Because if we are waiting for the president now, Dangote is removing 20 naira. Why can't the president say, okay, use the money, even though not 200 subsidized, well, for Dangote, at least Dangote should be giving the marketers for, even though it's 500 naira, then the marketers will be getting 50 naira, then they will be selling it 600 for us. Is it bad? Is it bad? See, they know what they are doing. They just know what they are doing. Because now, my sister, which country they want to borrow that money from now? Make the research. That money they want to borrow from which country?
Definitely, they will borrow. Like Russia was here, China is there, so they will borrow and give them our crude oil.
India has also come.
India has, so they will borrow and give them our. I didn't mean Russia. I meant India. They will borrow and give them our crude oil.
I know that no European country will borrow Nigeria money again.
Of course, they said it.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why you see that we have turned to slave China. How in this history of Nigeria, China will steal the plane of the president? And Nigeria still have China again in their country.
That is
you
well.
know what happened in India? You know what happened in Uganda, India? 24 hours they will leave. They are not the only construction company.
Yes.
Even though you are holding them, you are going to pay them since they have the mind to seize the plane of the president.
Give them 24 hours to vacate your country, yes.
Yeah, my brother, let me tell you, there is one construction company, Chinese construction company, that the Chinese man brought out gun that said he's going to shoot the worker, a Nigerian worker.
Imagine.
And he said if he shoot the worker, he will arrest the worker too. That highest the policeman, you can just find a small money they go cover the case.
Yes. He knows.
That is how China have seen us.
Have seen us. See finish.
My brother, see as I tell you, ba, they pay me if to say I get money to mobilize people, ba. Believe me, before 24 hours, I know they do with Nigeria police or government too.
I beg, never mobilize.
Nigeria, they go don't leave Nigeria.
I beg, you never
reach like that.
No, be my sister, no be fight. Oh no, no be this thing. Anyone where we catch, we know they beat them. We know the Nigeria motor go put them. Airport, we go leave Nigeria.
I beg, go. No be you bring them.
But seriously, the sea finish is becoming something else.
Thank you, Mr. John, on that one. But
The sea finish is becoming something else.
No, we're supposed to, be peace-loving people. When people come to stay in our country, they should be comfortable. I mean,
but on a serious note, if you see what these Chinese are doing with Nigerians as laborers in their firms, if you see the penal they pay them and the hardship they subject them to,
I think that more voices need to be heard on this so that the Nigerian government
will do something about it, about our value system.
Let's take this one. It's beeping. Hello, good morning. Hello.
When I know that as a topic they come.
Mr. Sam.
I just given a 1 hour program. I don't know if the whole day program. One thing where they catch me don't disappear because now the vital part now the topic.
Please go ahead.
So one of those days with the
no wala, no beg.
No wala.
I hope you hear me.
I didn't hear you. I did with you.
Hello, can you hear me?
I did with you. I can hear you.
Okay, you see. That is more reason why I rejected traveling abroad. Because I never liked the white people initially. You understand? But I never knew we would end up becoming slaves in the hands of the white people.
On our own soil.
The way they are treating us in this country, even in our own country, will not happen. One of my friends that came back from China some days back went to negotiate for business. He told me, look, if you're not careful, China will dupe you. That those people are very, very dubious. If you're not careful, they will dupe you. That those guys, they love money more than their lives. That the way China love money, Nigeria never liked money the way they love money. You understand? Do all kinds of things to survive. First of all, we shouldn't even allow them to come into our country and find our return.
How about no. It shouldn't get like that. Yeah, I'm with you.
What you should understand, when you give them opportunity to come into your community, they will discover a lot of mining things there.
That is going on.
So now they will be taking it out of the country.
Exactly.
So because they understand that once the emir, the upper, the police, once they make noise, you stone them small dollar, everybody don't quiet.
So, but I also think that this is where the government comes in.
This is asking questions on our integrity, on our government. What is our government doing?
Because so many issues about China have come up on national radio like this.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, it was under the carpet. You understand? And they come into issue of PDP. Look, they are problem of themselves. any house that was divided will always suffer similar thing. You know, actually, when a political party like the one of Ondo, the governor going to court is a waste of time because the same governor wins that election squarely. That's the one of Ondo. The one of Ondo.
Yes.
But the one of Ito was very clear in the eyes of Nigerians that it was rigged.
Yeah.
Because once the result delayed, once other result comes up and a strong opposition candidate, his own result delayed.
It's delayed.
That means they're trying to tamper the
Exactly.
result.
Exactly.
Just like what happened in 2023 election at River State. You know, it took River State result was delayed.
Yes.
And AIT covered the INEC secretariat there. It was cordoned with a lot of policemen. You cannot be able to fight flight within the location there.
Yes.
That means something is cooking.
Something was happening.
And after they have finished cooking the food now,
They served us.
to announce that result. You understand? But look at how Ondo came. Within some hours, the collection is done.
It's done. Because they won.
Because they won. Then the winner was declared. But anytime it took time up to 2 days before results come from one location, that means they are cooking something.
They are cooking something,
so
yes.
nothing in PDP, they cost it. By now, they would have put their house in order. One man cannot be destroying their house, and they are looking at that man. Asking myself, does PDP have institution that will sanction a player who is, not really with them? Somebody went to seek his support. A PDP man went to seek a PDP man support at this Ondo election. He told the person openly that I will not support you.
Imagine.
Are you with me?
Yes.
And what makes you a PDP member? And when TV was even crying that your own cousin brother are the one that will conduct the election, he said nothing concerns you. At the end of the day, they lost. The one of Ondo, he never participated and they lost. And you are still keeping the same man in your party.
Let's round up, Mr.
Even until when the party is crippled, that you know that something is wrong. PDP is like some individuals are bigger than the institution called PDP.
Not only
And
PDP, a lot of...
If they never do something, the PDP will go into distinction. And if they're not able to come back in 2027, that's the end of it too. That's the end of it.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Sam.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution on that one, Mrs. Ele.
You know one thing about Nigerian politics, and anyway, there is no need stressing my head over what is happening in PDP, because our Nigerian politicians, none of them have an individual ideology. All that interests them is which party will you join to win the election, not which party has your own which party suits your ideology. Yes, so
let's take this one, Mrs. Ele. Please hold your thoughts. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling back Mr. EGU.
Mr.
EGU.
Okay, Mr.
Go ahead.
EGU, yes.
So, my calling back is that I want to use.
Can you increase your voice a bit?
Okay. My calling back is to use this medium to beg our president that he should do the needful for the people, for this Christmas that is coming, for this road that I mentioned.
Yes.
From Auchi from Okbela to this Edo side, and from Uromi to Delta State. In fact, disaster.
Especially that Edo Delta axis, the whole of that road, Edo Delta.
I don't know what Oshomole is doing in National Assembly. That is, if because that is why I not blame Edo State governor or something. Because if it is Oshomole for not intervene for that road, I trust him because I know the time that he's a governor. The Lagos road is very bad, and he's trying best to make sure that he do that bad spot. He will go there and do something. He do the place so that it will be free for people. But this governor of Edo State, that man, make I not use the other word. He no try. I thank God as they don't to wait them people push. So what he does is that I beg Mr. President, he should talk to me, this Minister of Transport, Minister of
Works,
that he should go there. He should go, as in, he should go there. When we are there, one person said that their guy don't fly to Port Harcourt. They are using vehicle. Say they go sleep there. It's not, see, people come down for their vehicle, try. At all. In fact, he go try from here, he go try from Maraba, he go try from AYA to Massacre.
No, I've been there now. I use that road very well. We won't even see Okada. That's the problem.
Where you go see Okada? Where you go buy food? Oh my God. Mr. President, please.
People are suffering on that road, I know. I use that road a lot.
Please, Please, I'm begging him, make he hear this.
Thank
issue
you.
now. They should do the needful for
Thank you
that
so
road.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you. Thank you. I hope that, because I think I understand why he's hammering on the road, especially
Yes.
because, I mean,
This is
the
festive season.
and, people are definitely going to, ply that route. Let's see if we can touch another, story, because a lot of calls are coming in. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation, rather. By the way, we appreciate that. Now, on Vanguard newspaper, accidental leadership, Obasanjo, Buhari, Tinubu, others unprepared. This is coming from Kuka. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Mr. John, is that you calling back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please just round up.
So I said our president needs to change this China. You understand me? Because it's not funny. My brother is working there, and just need to tell my brother that he should just live there and come and join me in my business. You understand me?
I'm with
How
you.
much are they paying them? How much are they paying them? 55,000 monthly salary.
65,000. You walk like a jackie.
You understand me? So this thing that I'm saying, that my sister, you are saying that Nigeria can accommodate people, all this one. No, somebody not gonna kill you. You go see the accommodator for house.
But I think that's left for the Nigerian government to also,
that
deliberate on and know what
Because
to do about
the
it.
Nigerian government have already enslaved themselves to Chinese. Because they will go there to borrow money. The resources we have, can't you make good use of it? Okay, this money they want to borrow now, just make your research. Which country is going to give us? Now, if the country give us, we are going to be their slave again. Look at the other color, what it says. How much is SEFA? Crop before from Cotonou is how much? 300,000, 200,000. Crop now is 5 million. You understand me?
Yeah.
Make every situation just turn around. Is it how it's supposed to be? Before, people are tripping into Nigeria. If you go to Togo before, you are in Nigeria. Togo needs to be say, Nigeria, help me with, give me Naira. Give me Naira. But now we go travel, go. Now we go to even take Ghanaian and say, give me their money.
Give me.
Who do all these things? Now, see, wait till go sit down, they talk now. How we go take come up from this hole where we dey inside? Because na inside hole we dey. How we go take come up from the hole? Nigeria not supposed to be like this. Take every European country. My sister, let's take every European country. Waiting each of them get. Nigeria gets all.
Yeah.
Call it England, call it Spain, call it Germany, call it Russia. Everything they have, Nigeria have everything in different states. What is our problem? Greediness. I say this, just if you close 5:30, 6 o'clock, just take your time, come to Beggar Junction, carry your phone. Tomorrow morning, if I'm lying, you will say I'm lying.
I know. We apply the road, so we know what is going on.
Let's round up, Mr. Bright. Mr.
You
John.
understand me? See, to me, I said this, he said no. To me, I wish I have money. I could have mobilized people.
It's not for you. It's not for you to make that decision.
No. See, Nigeria is for all of us. Nigeria is for you. Nigeria is for me. You understand? Nigeria is for all of us. If the government cannot do it, we are not fighting the government. The white men, the Chinese men should just go. They have another construction company that can do work. The Chinese should just go.
So, Mr. John, thank you for your contribution. You know, the more we talk about it, the more the people in power who have the authority to make decisions and take them out here, you know, our concerns, and then they go ahead to take the best decision. But I think they're just calling for, because I mean, we even Nigerians are stationed everywhere around the world, in different countries around the world. You can't just, you know, say people should leave your country, you know, just like that. So that's why I'm mentioning that. I mean, the Nigerian government, they're hearing the cries of the people who are working under, you know, these Chinese people and several other persons who come to our country to, you know, work. They see these things, so they hear people cry out. So it's left for them to do the needful, basically. So let's just talk about this. Bishop Matthew Kuka, the Catholic Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, has sparked a debate by describing President Bola Tinubu, his predecessor Muhammadu Buhari, and most past Nigerian leaders as products of an accidental leadership cycle. Now, according to Kuka, many of these leaders assumed power without adequate preparation, particularly in a world where the demands of governance are constantly evolving. Now, he highlighted a recurring pattern of unpreparedness among the country's leaders, citing examples from Nigeria's leadership history. Kuko's remarks were made during the commissioning of the new Start Right School building somewhere in Abuja. Now, he argued that while Nigeria has embraced democratic principles like one man, one vote, its democratic process has repeatedly failed to deliver competent leadership. Kuka emphasized that modern leadership requires a deep understanding of the evolving environment and challenges. Mr. Sele, let's get your take on what Kuka said. This has sparked conversation online. Some persons have come out to say, "Oh no, that's not true. What Kuka is saying is not true." But again, Kuka is saying that both Tinubu, who is the president now, President Muhammadu Buhari, and even Obasanjo and some other past leaders, that they're a product of accidental leadership cycle, and he's saying that they assume power without adequate preparation. What do you think about what Bishop Kuka said?
I would disagree to an extent. Like somebody like Obasanjo, I cannot say he was an accidental leader, because we saw what he did in Nigeria. In fact, if we have continued to have leaders like him who have the same vision, because just like what I keep saying, Nigeria is not a country where one person can just decide, can rule, govern, and get it right. It takes you getting the right people in the right places, and that is one thing Obasanjo was known for: getting the right people in the right places to move the different sectors forward, the various sectors. That was when we had the likes of Charles Oludo, them, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Nuhu Ribadu, them, to just mention them. Obasanjo he gave opportunity to the best brains to move the nation forward. Obasanjo, he might not have got it right in all angles. He did his best. Buhari was he not prepared? Buhari was prepared because he came on the wings of the disciplinarian that he is known for. But I think something used to go wrong.
People want to believe that the people in his cabinet,
people
who worked with him.
When you get there and you are answerable to one cabal, it was in his own region that we got to know about the cabal. When you get there and you are not allowed to do what you had in mind, Obasanjo is the one that it's somebody I know that what he have in mind to do, he does it.
Sorry, let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's your name? Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me too?
Yes, I can. What's your name?
Okay, Francis.
I can't hear you. Can you repeat your name? Mr. Francis.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Francis, please go ahead. Hello, Mr. Francis, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, just like what Kuka said. Well, it might not be far from the truth. Because in 1999, when they are preparing for presidential election, the front runner of that election was Ekweme. Suddenly, they went and brought Obasanjo from prison, campaigned for him and make him president. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Then that is how Obasanjo break into the system with that military mindset and degree 101. He tried his best, but that was not the picture of democracy then. Then in 2007, Odili we are preparing, and that was a party frontliner, which everybody was keen behind him. And before he could say Jack, Obasanjo went and brought Yaradua. You understand? And Odile stepped down. Then in 2011, which we know Good luck has acquired a lot of experience. He was opportune to get in there because at least as a former vice and acting capacity of Yar'Adua, he got the experience. We are thinking that he will complete his tenure so that at least the economy will growing. That at least when he finish, will hand over to the well-prepared person. From nowhere, Mr. Buhari, who has left government for so many years, and went to rear cow, instead of going back to school to acquire more knowledge, prepared on the leadership experience, he went into animal husbandry or cow rearing. He has even forgotten, he never prepared. Suddenly they went and brought him into the scene. And that's why whatever that happened, he is not aware. You understand? And Tinubu that claimed that they have been preparing for 30 years. And Nigeria said, no. We know you are citizens in Lagos. That the person we need is the person we want. Eventually, we could not see won the election. And he became president. And because of that, you can see how he has taken Nigeria backwards. So when you make some comparison, you will see that Kuka is not really far from the truth. Many people that are prepared are not opportune to get there because the people in power never like them. Sometimes those are prepared to go there and never get there because some Nigerian doesn't want them based on tribal and ethnicity sentiment. So when you make the contrast and contrast, you now realize that Kuka is not really far from the truth. So that's just my own angle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. Francis, for that contribution. Now, another thing that Bishop Kuka said that I think I want to agree with is that, the democratic process of Nigeria has repeatedly failed to deliver competent leadership. And we have also seen how that even the democratic process, we don't even know if it's democratic enough. Because we just finished reading a news of, PDP accusing INEC.
Anyway, that is the beauty of a democracy.
Do you understand the point I'm trying to make? So for every time there's an election and there's a result, somebody somewhere is saying that, we don't trust this judgment. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Robert.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to talk about Dangote reducing of the money. My first question, Dangote is reduced 20 naira. What of NPC?
So, we've not heard from NNPC anyway.
That's why Nigeria is corrupt. The person is private businessman, not government. You can do whatever you want to achieve the money. That's why you say that there's some people inside government cannot agree that government will cooperate with Dangote because of their small benefits where they are gained.
Exactly.
That is very bad. If government cooperates with the Dangote, all of them, they hand the one, you see that this country is better. You see also that some people, the value of some people will come down. NPC is selling diesel 1,800 or 1,700. Immediately, Dangote is paying. Dangote is selling 1,200. How much NPC is losing? About 600 or 700. And that thing, it makes some people under government, they write later, go give our president that is Dangote is doing this. If Dangote do everything is come down, all those things is minor things. Some people, they inside government is doing. Most of them, they are getting their own business abroad, not Nigeria. If all of them go get it for this Nigeria, you see that Nigeria is going to better.
Exactly.
What Dangote is doing here now, I don't know whether it's winch or it's the own juju way that they practice for this Nigeria. He's saying that Dangote is here, he's doing his own. You see? Then those things is very bad for for some people under government, then the president don't have capacity to stop them. The real president, he don't have capacity to stop those people. Check the minimum wage what they want to pay now. Some governors, they are not agreed to pay. How much will be 70,000? How much? How much is the rice? 150,000 a bag. But some governors, those governors, how much will be their salary a month? If they're not going to pay 70,000. Their children's school fees, how much? Yabelo, how much you pay for your children's school fees? The advance. Those questions, those things, we need to ask ourselves. Those governors, they are there. They are cynical. This money is coming now. They will solo it. Say snake, monkey don't chop the money. Or we are called Nigeria, giant of Africa. Nigeria is not giant of Africa. We are talking that one to deceive ourselves. There is some country where they giant past Nigeria right now. Go Cotonou and all reach two states of Nigeria. Is giant of Africa past Nigeria now. How much is Naira to SEPA to do a Naira now? If you carry 1,000, about 3,000 something. Then if you carry 1,000 Naira now, it's going to 355 Naira, 55 SEPA. Who they do this thing? Who do Nigeria? I don't understand. Is it the president or is it God? So me personally, I don't already tell him. I say God knows it for Nigeria.
I know they talk like that, Mr. Robert. Please round up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Mr. Robert, and that was Mrs. Elek.
No, seriously, I don't know. But on a more serious note, I think the government should sit up. There are a lot of things. All these things, they are glaring. From the first headline we took down to the last, more fingers point to this present administration. They need to sit up. They need to revisit. Maybe they need to go back to their drawing board and check where they got it wrong.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sele, on that one. Before we get your last takes, because we're trying to round up, so the management of Bright FM decided to appreciate some of our very consistent callers, contributors from the inception of Bright Republic up until now. This is just a little token to say thank you, for always calling and calling and calling. And for today, I hope that's going to come again.
Definitely.
But for today, there are like 4 persons on this Bright Republic that have constantly, called in to, be part of the show from inception up until now. In fact, every other day, they call in. And we just want to take our time to appreciate them on behalf of the management of Bright FM with a credit token. So after now, you just send us a message on WhatsApp so that we'll send you the credit token. Mr. Bright mentioned last time that, in fact, he was the first caller to call in when Bright Republic started. And Kebby confirmed that.
Yeah, it's true.
Also, so shout out to Mr. Bright. We've missed him for 2 days. Mr. Bright is always constantly calling in, to check in and all. So, Mr. Bright, we're appreciating you. And please, if you can just send us a text message on WhatsApp so that we'll send you our credit token to just say thank you, for always being part of, Bright Republic. Mr. Abdallah. Mr. Abdallah, in fact, I've not missed Mr. Abdallah since, I also started on Bright Republic, but, he has been, part of the conversation. So, shout out to you, Mr. Abdallah. Thank you so much for always being part of the conversation. So, Mr. Abdallah, please, if you can send us a message on WhatsApp also so that we can, gift you your credit token just to say thank you, for always taking our time to be part of the conversation. Mr. John from Otako is also another person. In fact, whenever he calls, he will say something like, we don't sit down again today. Thank you so much also, guy. Mr. John, for always being part of the conversation. We appreciate you. So if you can also send us a text on WhatsApp so that we can send in your credit token. And then the last person is Mr. Robert.
Mr. Robert.
Right? I think he called us last for today. So thank you so much also, Mr. Robert, for always, it's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not easy to always take out your credit to call and all of that. And
Yeah.
from the inception of Bright Republic up until now, they've been very consistent. So the management of Bright FM just said, okay, you know what? Let's say thank you. And hopefully, because we're getting more callers also who are also
definitely it will continue, of course. We'll
definitely,
we're going to definitely we may likely have the caller of the year at the end of it.
Mr. Sele.
Yeah, the caller of the year. Yeah, we are working towards
All
that.
right, thank you so much, Mr. Bright, Mr. Abdallah, Mr. John, and Mr. Robert. So just say hi to us on WhatsApp so that we can just forward you your credit token. Mr. Sele, let's take your last words before we round off.
Just like what I say, I think everything is glaring. Every narrative on the street, what is going on in the street, what you see on the newspaper every day, all fingers point to one direction: our government. Our government needs to do something, and something very quickly, because just like one of the callers said, people are dying on a daily basis. Just like another person said, a lot of people are boiling inside. They are ready to do something, but
we hope it doesn't get to that
We hope
point.
it doesn't get to that. So government should just do something as quickly as possible. Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are hungry, and this is our fatherland.
Thank
We
you.
are not going anywhere.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's just it. This is our fatherland. Even those people that have traveled, now anything that happens in that country, everybody comes back to their fatherland, right? So we're just hopeful that things will get better from here. And that brings us to the end of today's Bright Republic on Bright FM 98.7. Shout out to you, Mr. Sele, for your insightful thoughts and perspective this morning. To all of our callers, Mr. Sunday from Gariki Market, Mr. Abdallah from Buhari, Mr. EGU from Nasarawa, Mr. John from Otako, Mr. Francis, Chief Onovo from Kubwa. Thank you so much. And then Robert, Mr. Robert, thank you so much for being part of the conversation. And to our listener at home, we appreciate you for always taking out time to listen. Your voices, your opinions make this show what it is. Please do not forget that the Harmattan season is here and there's a lot of dust out there. So please make sure that you put on your face mask. Please stay tuned because Obi of Sports will be taking over next to give you all the latest on the world of sports. I'll come your way again, but that will be tomorrow. Stay bright.
So, does the radio stop when you get into a car accident? Or are you just sitting there like...
I'm a savage, yeah. Classic,
Let's go.
What up, man? It's Sierra. That's right.
Yeah, it's your boy Chameleon.
Yo, what up? This is Big Snoop Dogg.
Hi, this is the Pussycat Dolls.
Music, please.
Watermelon sugar high. I got hands for, I get bands for.
Hey, this is Carrie Hilson, and you're listening to
Bright 98.7.
Modernization, chicken from money pressure, street orientation. Modernization, from money pressure. Cover face like Nagbaja. Get feel like but we know they come. Sit up, boss them, tap. Pass all the shit, na baba. Omo ijo, na baba. Feeling good, banana. Music don't need permission to enter your spirit. Anyway, anyhow, say you go feel me. Music don't need permission to enter your spirit. Yeah. Anyway, anyhow, say you go feel me.
Hold on, we'll be right back. We have to pay some bills.
Short Court Entertainment is back again to keep you breathless with laughter and excitement. Get ready for Leave Comedy for Short Court, the 6th wave live in Abuja. Join Shortcut as he leads the pack of other talented comics this November for a good laugh. Featuring Sabinus, Kenny Black, MC Passion, MC Bob, Abari, Sarki Daria, MC Damfo, Wafi, Ovi Godwin, and lots more. Date, Saturday 30th November 2024. Venue, Congress Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Time, 6 p.m. Tickets, regular 7K, VIP 20K, Gold Table 1 million Naira, Premium Table 2 million Naira. Get your tickets online at nairabox.com. Tickets are also available at all box office Silverbird Cinemas Abuja. For more information, please call 0818-120-8793. Leave Comedy for Shortcut, the 6th wave. Headline sponsor, BondPay. Also supported by Arik Air, Transcorp Hilton, Abestar, Beatro Furniture, Kefiano Autos, Biggest V, and Echo Fitness. Media partner, Bright FM.
In observation of Black Friday, we at Luf Tribal Automobile are delighted to announce our special Black Friday promotion package of free vehicle diagnostics and a 50% discount on all labor costs associated with repairs and servicing of your vehicles. Amazing! This offer is valid from the 25th of November to 7th December 2024. So hurry now to plot 125 Amadu Bello Way, Jai, opposite AA Rano Filling Station, Abuja, and give your car the treat it deserves. For inquiries, call 0701-969-1109 or send us a DM on Instagram at LouTriber_auto. Don't snooze.
RMA Media presents the 2nd edition of the prestigious Nigerian Radio Awards, NRA 2024, a celebration of radio stations, programs, and on-air personalities, holding at Starview Hotels, Kwarimpa, Abuja. Date, 29th November 2024. Red carpet, 5 p.m. Main event, 7 p.m. It promises to be entertaining and rewarding. For sponsorship and reservations, please call 0703-506-6894 or log on to www.nigerianradioawards.com. NRA 2024 is proudly supported by Sound City Network, Bright FM 98.7, Audio Autos Radio, FPM Campus Radio 88.5 FM, Elikiba Arts, Eco Tourism Online Radio. NRA, rewarding the rhythm that beats imagination.
And so the time is nigh. From the Andes to the Alps, from river plates to the banks of the Seine, our planet unites around its ultimate game.
For your sports updates and latest football stories, tune in to Bright Sports with the OB of Sports. Weekdays on Bright 98.7 FM, Abuja.
To the galaxy of greats, Gentina, champions of the world!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Imagine Arsenal. If you go to Arsenal's home, say, let's go and take trophy, you will meet Calabash inside their trophy house. Go to Chelsea, you will meet Premier League, Champions League. Arsenal with Calabash inside their trophy room, beating Manchester United with 1-0. They are laughing, they are coming outside doing that.
We know how made the league end because our joy just a start. Ozumeje reach London, Arsenal concede 2 goals. It is very shameful not to be impactful. What impact have your team made for going to Champions League? Man, don't concede more than 12 goals for group stage. The last time Chelsea won the Champions League, we conceded only 3 goals. Entire campaign, that is impact with grace. Manchester United are the only club where no get cleaner. Now their players they sweep Old Trafford. See how branded Stamford Bridge they Palmer they clean now.
Bringing you the best sporting banter on Bright 98.7 weekdays 10 a.m.
All right, good morning, Abuja. Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to Bright Sports on Bright 98.7 FM. My name is Obinu Zakadi, your sports. Welcome you to today's edition of the show. How was your weekend? Happy New Week. Hope your weekend was fine, because wine, I enjoyed mine. Well, guys, we have a lot of stories for your listening pleasure today, and some of the result of games that we saw at the weekend as well. We'll be talking about them right here on the show. Also, not forgetting the world of boxing, the world of Formula One. What is happening yesterday? Someone won his fourth Formula One title. We'll talk about that right here on the show this morning. Well, guys, we'll be kicking things off with that particular story from Formula One. All right, guys, let's go straight into it because of time. Let's start from the Formula One. Max Verstappen, he clinched his fourth successive Formula One world title yesterday in Las Vegas, in the Las Vegas Grand Prix, in which George Russell capped off an unexpected dominant weekend for Mercedes to hold off teammate Lewis Hamilton's comeback charge for the race win. Verstappen joined the exclusive ranks of four-time world champions by achieving the minimum requirement of finishing one place ahead of Lando Norris in order to secure the 2024 driver's crown with 2 rounds of the races to spare. Russell, meanwhile, motored away into the distance of the race itself to end Mercedes' 4-month wait for another victory in the Formula One. The Briton led away from pole at the start, and while he came under early pressure from Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, and then withstood a late charge from Hamilton, who had started from 10th, the race leader did not put a foot wrong across the 50 laps to claim his second win of the year and Mercedes' first since Belgium Grand Prix in July. All right, guys, it's time for us to go to the NBA right now. Congratulations to Max Verstappen for clinching his fourth driver's title. Also, in the Formula One, there is still the 2 races to be they'll be going down in Abu Dhabi and also in Qatar. The last 2 races in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. There is still something up for grabs when you talk about the Constructors' Championship table. McLaren is topping that one right now. McLaren, they are leading the Constructors' Championship table ahead of Red Bull. They are leading ahead of Red Bull. So Red Bull needs to win their last 2 or top McLaren in the last 2. All right, moving on right now to the NBA. Let's give you the result from the NBA right now. In the NBA, we saw some games go down in the NBA in the early hours of this morning and also yesterday. Let's start from yesterday's result. Orlando Magic, they defeated the Detroit Pistons 111 points to 100. The Chicago Bulls defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 131 points. They lost to Memphis Grizzlies, 131 points to 142. Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Charlotte Hornets 125 points to 119. And the Houston Rockets losing to the Portland Trail Blazers 98 points to 104. The San Antonio Spurs defeated the Golden State Warriors 104 points to 94. LA Lakers lost to the Denver Nuggets 102 points to 127. Boston Celtics, they defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves 107 points to 105. And then Indiana Pacers defeated the Washington Wizards 115 points to 103. To yesterday's result, saw the Miami Heat, they defeated the Dallas Mavericks 123 points to 118. And the Philadelphia 76ers losing to the LA Clippers 99 points to 125. Cleveland Cavaliers made it 17 wins when they won their game against Toronto Raptors 122 points to 108. And then Sacramento Kings lost to the Brooklyn Nets 103 points to 108. So those are the games played both yesterday and also in the early hours of this morning. Yes, like I told you guys, Cleveland Cavaliers as top of the Eastern Conference, 17 games won and lost just 1. They played 18, won 17, losing just 1. And also Boston Celtics won 14, lost 3 in second position, right there in the Eastern Conference. Third place goes to the Orlando Magic. They have won 11, lost 7. The fourth position goes to the New York Knicks. They have won 9 games, lost 7. And in the Western Conference, Golden State Warriors are still top of that one. They have won 12, lost 4. OKC Thunder have won 12, lost 4. Houston Rockets won 12, lost 6. And then LA Lakers won 10, lost 6. So that is how it is in the Western Conference, right there in the NBA. All right, away from the NBA this morning, let's go to another basketball story coming from the military games happening right here in Abuja. Nigeria claimed gold and silver in the men and women's basketball event, respectively, at the ongoing Africa Military Games in Abuja. The men won gold via walkover against Cameroon, while the female team, on the other hand, succumbed to a loss to Cameroon, who proved to be superior team, dominating the game 86 to 47 points. Meanwhile, Tanzania dominated the men's and women's marathon event held on Saturday. Alphonse Simbu of Tanzania, he finished the race with 2 hours, 17 minutes, 19 seconds. Ethiopia's Dedefi Abo Gelato finished the race second with 2 hours, 18 minutes, 31 seconds. And also Algeria's Lamedi El Hadi finished with the race on 2 hours, 19 minutes, 59 seconds. They were the top 3 finishers in the men's 42-kilometer race. In the women's event, Tanzanian Magdalena Shauri raced to the victory in 2 hours, 36 minutes, 29 seconds, with Ugandan duo of Ruth Cheptoyek and Emily Shebet finishing second and third in times of 2 hours, 41 minutes, 0.7 seconds, and 2 hours, 44 minutes, 10 seconds. Athletes from 11 countries, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Uganda, Algeria, Congo, Ghana, Kenya, Libya, South Africa, Senegal, and host Nigeria were represented in the race. Still talking about the African Military Games happening right here in Abuja, we saw some thrilling volleyball action yesterday as Algeria, Burkina Faso, and Kenya claimed their first victories in the men's volleyball competition. In a highly anticipated match, Algeria triumphed over host nation Nigeria in a 3-1 victory, 26-24, 25-19, 22-25, and 25-22 to progress. At the Moshood Abiola Indoor Sports Hall, that was where it happened. Despite the energetic support from the home fans, Nigeria struggled to keep up with the Algerians' relentless attack. Head coach of Nigeria Armed Forces volleyball team, Solomon Zango, acknowledged the challenge but also optimistic about the team's prospect of going forward. This is what he said, and I quote, "We have to refocus and concentrate on the upcoming matches. There's no room for complacency. Our next goal is to make sure we don't drop any more points," Zango said after the game. He called for focus and determination as it reflects the competitive spirit within the Nigerian camp. This is what he said again. "Every match counts. We will adjust and come back stronger," emphasizing the importance of not letting the loss to Algeria define their campaign. Meanwhile, in an epic comeback, Kenya staged a stunning recovery against Ghana, winning 3-2. They went down 15-25, 20-25, before coming back 25-21, 25-22, and 15-11 to win that one. Kenya producing that epic comeback against Ghana. After they were trailing by 2 sets before they came back in the last 3 sets to win the game. The match kept fans on the edge of their seat as Kenya rallied to secure that dramatic win. The resilience of the Kenyan squad was undeniable, and the players' determination to fight until the final point was evident in their powerful 5th set performance. Burkina Faso also displayed dominance, sweeping aside Sierra Leone with a 3-0, commanding 3-0 victory, 25-15, 25-15, and 25-21 in less than an hour to book their or to secure their first victory in the volleyball event. The Burkina Babes team precision and speed left little room for their opponents, making the match a one-sided affair from start to finish. Burkina Faso will then face Kenya today. They will face Kenya today, followed by a crucial match between Algeria and Kenya by 2 p.m. as well. The host Nigeria will aim to bounce back when they take on Sierra Leone by 4 p.m. today as well. Team Nigeria currently tops the table, the medals table at the ongoing African Military Games holding in Abuja. As at day before yesterday, Team Nigeria has amassed a total of 73 medals, 37 gold, 21 silver, and 15 bronze medals. Algeria is distant second with 26 medals, and Libya third with 9 medals. Meanwhile, Team Nigeria Armed Forces claimed 11 medals in the Taekwondo event, 9 of which are gold medals, with 5 coming from Pumse event as well. All right, guys, that is that on the Armed Forces event Armed Forces games happening right here in Abuja. Let's go to another story. Let's start. This one's coming from cricket. Nigeria's men cricket team, the Yellow Greens, began their ICC T20 World Cup sub-regional qualifier C campaign in spectacular fashion, cruising to a 118-run victory over St. Helena at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium right here in Abuja. Batting first, Nigeria posted an imposing 185 over 2 in their 20 overs with decisive contributions from their top order batters. In response, St. Helena struggled to gain any foothold and they bowled out for just 67 runs in 19.1 overs. As Nigeria bowling attack proved too strong to handle, the resounding win cements Yellow Green status as tournament favourite, especially as the highest ranked team in the qualifiers at the 36th on the ICC T20 rankings. The victory also underscores the head coach Steve Tikolo's ambition for the side not just to qualify but dominate the qualifiers en route to the final phase. In other games played on Saturday, Botswana defeated Eswatini by 45 runs, scoring 172 over 4 in their 20 overs before dismissing their opponent for 124 in 18.4 overs. Meanwhile, Sierra Leone showcased an even more emphatic display, thrashing Ivory Coast by a staggering 168 runs. Sierra Leone posted 188 over 2 in their 20 overs and skidded out the Ivorians for a paltry 20 runs in just 10.4 overs. The Yellow Greens will next face Eswatini today before meeting Sierra Leone on Tuesday and then Botswana on Wednesday in what promises to be a competitive round of matches. Remember, the top 2 teams from these sub-regional qualifiers will advance to the final phase, where 2 spots are up for grabs to represent Africa at the 2026 ICC T20 World Cup alongside South Africa. With home comfort and their sights firmly set on the World Cup qualification, the Yellow Greens have started their campaign on a commanding note, showcasing their intent to dominate on their home turf. So congratulations to the Yellow Greens and wish them all the best in today's game. All right, it's time for football. Let's go to football. Let's start. But in case you want to follow us live right now, you can go to Facebook, Bright FM Abuja. We are live right now on Bright FM Abuja on Facebook. You can follow us live right now on Facebook, Bright FM Abuja. And also not forgetting the YouTube platform as well. YouTube platform, we are Bright FM Abuja on YouTube, Bright FM Abuja on YouTube right now. You can follow us as we progress on the show. Going to football, former Nigeria international A-Team Esin has expressed concern over continued failure of strikers aside from Victor Osimhen to deliver the Super Eagles during international assignment and described the situation as a worrisome one that requires urgent attention. Yes, A-Team Esin expressing concern over Nigeria's continued failure of our strikers apart from Victor Osimhen to deliver goals during international assignment. And he described the situation as worrisome and it requires urgent attention. Guys, calm down, let me read this. The current Super Eagles squad boasts an array of strikers excelling at their respective clubs. However, many of them struggle to replicate their club form when called up to the Super Eagles national team. Osimhen, he missed the Super Eagles' first 4 matches in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, during which the team scored just 4 goals. And during that time, the goals were scored by Semi Ajayi, a defender, Kelechi Iheanacho, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, and Raphael Onyedika. Those were the goal scorers for Nigeria in the World Cup qualifiers. Notably, during the AFCON qualifiers, Osimhen was the only striker to score During the AFCON qualifiers, Osimhen was the only striker to score, with other goals coming from Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze, and midfielder Dele Bashiru as well. So you can see the problem. In an exclusive interview with Complete Sports, Essien lamented the lack of consistency from the strikers and described their struggles as a troubling development. This is what Etim Essien said, and I quote, "In any tournament, you must depend on your strikers to deliver. If we keep relying solely on Osimhen, it will get us nowhere. Osimhen can only play his part. What happens if he gets injured? Does that mean we won't score? It's worrying. A striker playing the number 9 role must score consistently for his country. That's the standard worldwide. You can't play 4 games for your country without scoring a goal. It doesn't make sense." Essien added as well, Boniface, for instance, have been given numerous opportunities, but he still can't score for Nigeria. This is becoming a major concern. Does it mean Iguavon cannot rely on any other striker? Or are we saying that if Osimhen doesn't score, then Nigeria won't score? I played alongside great strikers like late Rashidi Yekini, Samson Siasia, and Richard Owubokiri. They delivered for both club and country. Boniface is prolific in Germany, but when it comes to Nigeria, he keeps missing chances. We need to address this issue before AFCON 2025. Otherwise, we'll have a big problem. Another issue is the lack of creative midfielder, a proper number 10 who can orchestrate plays, provide assists, and unsettle opposition teams. That magic touch of players like JJ Okocha, Henry Nwosu, or even myself is missing. We don't have naturally gifted playmakers anymore. Everyone is just average. For instance, people keep talking about Iwobi, but he can't handle half, or he can't do half of what Okocha did. That comparison doesn't hold water. Nowadays, teams face Super Eagles without fear because we lack a player who can bring the stadium to life, Essien concluded. Guys, those were the words of Etim Essien, the former Super Eagles player Etim Essien. He was talking about Nigeria's lack of goals from other players apart from Osimhen in the striking role. This is something I have been hitting on. I've been talking about it. I've said a lot of things concerning this particular issue. And my happiness is that a lot of people are seeing it. A lot of people are taking note of everything that is happening. A lot of people are now taking note of all these things happening. So I am happy. I am happy Nigerians have started taking note of that. Anytime I talk about it, anytime I say something concerning this situation, Osimhen being the only person that can score goals, Osimhen all the time, he's always the person to score for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, which is not supposed to be like that. It is not supposed to be like that in any way. So for me, what they are saying is actually correct. What they are saying is correct, because I don't see a situation or a reason why Victor Osimhen will be the only one to be scoring for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We have players who can deliver for Nigeria. We have players, we have strikers. So the question we always keep asking is, what if Osimhen is injured? What if? We have seen that from the World Cup qualifying matches that he did not play for Nigeria. Where are we in the table, or on the table? Sorry. Where are we on the table? The games he did not play for us in the World Cup qualifiers, where are we on the table? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. NFF, the coaching crew, should sit down and ask themselves this question. Are we getting it right? Are we going in the right direction? Is this the best we can do? Is this the best we can offer the Nigerian people? Is this the best we can offer? These are the questions. Without Osimhen, we cannot score. No striker is scoring goals without Osimhen being on the score sheet. It's worrisome. It's a problem, and it needs to be addressed. We are talking about playing in the AFCON next year. How are we going to do that if Osimhen is injured? But God forbid if he's injured. How are we going to play in the AFCON with this situation? We have talked a lot about the lack of number 10 in the team. And I keep asking this question. Does it mean that in the whole of Nigeria, we can't find a number 10, a proper playmaker. A proper playmaker. So we can't find anybody who can be creative in the middle of the park for Nigeria. These are the questions we need to ask. Well, let's leave that because of time, because time is no longer on our side. If not, I have a lot to say concerning this thing that Eti Messi actually brought up. These are the two issues Nigeria needs to tackle. Two big issues facing NFF and the coaching crew. If you are bringing a new coach, bring in a new coach. A coach that is tactically sound. Fine. If you don't want, then allow Iguavon to do the job. Then Iguavon on his own part should sit down and ask himself these questions that we are asking now. If Osimhen is not fit, which striker is there to score for Nigeria? Have we done all we can do to scout for the next JJ Okocha? And can we tell ourselves that we cannot find a creative midfielder that will play in that number 10 role? These are the questions. These are the questions, guys. Moving on, head coach of Super Falcons, Justin Madugu, has called up 7 home-based players for the Super Falcons clash with their French counterparts. Yes, head coach of Super Falcons, Justin Madugu, he has called up 7 home-based players for the Super Falcons clash with the France national team. He called up CAF Award nominee and goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie, defender Osinachi Ohale and Ashley Plumter. Also midfielder Christy Ucheibe and Jennifer Echegini. And also not forgetting forward Gift Monday and Rinsola Babajide, among others, for the Saturday's international friendly match against Le Bleu of France. Already pitched with Tunisia, Algeria and Botswana in Group B of the African Cup of Nations final tournament, Madugu will be grateful for the 10 tests that the Le Bleu will be providing for these 9-time African champions in Angers. All the invited players will fly directly to France for the match. All the invited players will have to fly directly to France in order to be joined by the coaching crew and the backroom staff. This is the full list of players invited by Coach Justin Madugu. Goalkeepers Chiamaka Nnadozie, she plays for Paris FC in France. Adeline Ngbechi of Rivers United. Rachel Onachuku of Nasarawa Amazons. Defenders will have Osinachi Ohale, Pachuca Club, the football in Mexico. Michel Alozie, Houston Dash in the USA. Ashley Plumter, Al Ittihad Ladies in Saudi Arabia. Rofiat Imuran of London City Lioness in England. Sikidatu Isa of Nasarawa Amazons. Oluwatosin Demeyin of Galatasaray in Turkey. For midfielders, we have Jennifer Echegini. She plays for Paris Saint-Germain, that right there in France. Tony Payne, Everton Ladies in England. Josephine Matthias of Nasarawa Amazons. Christy Ucheibe, SL Benfica in Portugal. Shukurat Oladipo, FC Robo Queens, and then Ado Yina of Nasarawa Amazons. For the strikers, we have Blessing Unko. She plays for Pyramid FC in Egypt.